I wasn't planning on making this video today. The Super Bowl is on, but after hearing Jon Batiste's National Anthem, I decided to call an audible and I came running to the piano to see if I could figure out what I just heard. I don't really like football that much anyway.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
All right, so what key are we in? D flat. The harmony sounded rather traditional to me. Let's see how it goes. So it goes to a 6 chord. And we're going to a 4 chord, right? But we're gonna have to get there. I think he gets there with a 5. So if we're going to the A flat, he's gonna go a 5th above, and he's gonna play that chord.
Oh, say,
1,
can you see
6. Ooh, what's that? B flat minor. Nice.
by the dawn's early light?
Okay, so it's an A flat chord, and he's putting that 7th on the bottom. I think he put something on top too.
What so proudly we hailed
Nice bass line. Diminished.
at the twilight.
Okay, so we're back on the 1 chord, but instead of D flat on the bottom, we put F on the bottom, and it walks this bass line. Till we get here, here's a diminished.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed
Diminished.
at the twilight's last gleaming,
All right, back to 1.
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the pale
Same thing as before.
us fight o'er the ramparts we watched.
Exactly the same.
Was so gallantly streaming.
Oh, what's that?
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag, it was still there.
Oh, right. Ooh, there's some changes in there. Oh, that's so good. That's an F7 chord, but the melody is the sharp 9. Now we've got this 2 chord, right? E flat minor is the 2 of D flat. This walks down here to this chord. Oh, yeah. So this is a C minor 7 flat 5. The flat 5, the most colorful note, is the melody note. And this is the start of a minor 2-5-1. So this is going to be a minor 2-5-1 in B flat. So C minor, then we get F7, but we got to hold that F sharp on the top, or that G flat. That's the flat 9 of this chord. And then that minor 2-5-1 resolves to the B flat minor. Whew, that's awesome.
That our flag, it was still there.
But it's a sus.
Oh, say,
Yeah.
does that star spangled banner yet wave for the land?
Some kind of bluesy riff there.
For the land of the free, for the land of the free.
All right, so what is that? Milk it, John. This is so good. So he's brought us back to D flat, back to the one chord, but he's put that F on the bottom, the third. This is a trick that gospel musicians like John do all the time when they want you to feel like you're at home, but you still got somewhere else you need to move to. Put that third on the bottom. Then he does this inner voice movement that takes this chord from being D flat to now being kind of F7 with a flat 5. And then that chord moves up to G flat, and we're playing, I guess this is like an E flat 7. It's a 2 chord. But then he changes the E flat minor into E flat dominant. At least that's what I think he's doing.
And the whole
5 chord. He really ends it on a D flat. He's singing an A flat. He's playing a D flat major chord, and he's got a D natural in the bass. And then at the end, he played a D flat with the 5th on the bottom. So he never resolved it. What a crazy ending. What a crazy ending. I'm not the kind of guy who likes to take these performances of national anthems at sporting events and determine, are they appropriate or were they blasphemous? It's just not an interesting debate for me. Don't get me wrong, there are certainly some national anthem performances that I think were cringy and terrible and inappropriate, but we're not even going to give those the light of day here, right? That's not what we're talking about. I think that John Batiste performed exactly what he intended to perform. In fact, I think after watching this a few times, it's pretty clear that it was lip-synced, right? He pre-recorded this. It's exactly the performance that he wanted to put out there. And as I've become a professional musician the last few years, one of the things that I've learned that's really important to me is that I approach my own playing without any self-judgment, and I approach listening to other people's performances without judgment of them either. I think that the judgment just detracts from your own progress as a player or your own enjoyment of other people's music. This performance was as New Orleans as it gets. Obviously, the Super Bowl was held in New Orleans this year. John Batiste also is a New Orleans artist. The arrangement that he played, just full of gospel New Orleans jazz sounds. I really enjoyed it. I learned a few new things, and I hope you did too.